Hey, what's up? Just coming from yoga. I'm going to tell you how each of the following 4 types reacts to abuse or trauma. You have SE, people who extrovert out into sensory things, like they're kind of like a little bit out of their body, a little bit involved in a sensory building a rocket ship. Then you have people who extrovert out intuition. They're like, what would happen if that happens? Also a little bit out of their body. And then you have the 2 introverts. You have the introverted sensing, where you're kind of like maintaining inside of your body while you're building a rocket ship, or how you feel inside of your body while you're practicing your karate. And you have the introverted intuitive, where you're intuitive, thinking things through, but you're maintaining a lot more. You're not really traveling out of your body at all. You know what I mean by traveling out of your body is, you see my eyes? I'm so deep into what I'm doing, where I have less mindful awareness on what's what's going on in my body. I'd be much less sensitive to pain at this point, or that's one example. So basically, whenever one of these 4 types experience something that's very uncomfortable or painful or traumatizing, we move in the direction in which we're comfortable. So an introvert will move into introversion, and therefore they'll move inward. So they'll move super inward into sensory, or they'll move super inward into intuition. Super inward into intuition. So, to the point where sometimes they can be so deep inside that they feel like trapped in their body and it's not part of the body. It's almost like their form of dissociation, where they want to move back into their body. As opposed to an extrovert will travel so far out of their body that they'll either in intuition, they'll be an expert at intuition, be able to read anybody, or they'll travel outside of their body so deep into like structure, into like building their rocket ships. So if someone ever wonders like why one person, let's say, reacts to trauma and they're a complete mess and they're all over the place, chances are that they probably, instead of shutting down, they traveled out of their body. They're much more less aware of things, they're forgetful. They were probably an extroverted, possibly even an intuitive extroverted person, and therefore they're reacting by going so far out, and what they're doing is they're going to be all over the place. Then you have a sibling who had the same exact trauma, but let's say they were an introverted sensory person. So what they did is they move inward a lot. They don't express themselves as much. They ignore feelings a lot more. They're not touching things, but they're so in their body. So they're going to be very, very, very structured and very successful in life. And once in a while, they're going to have these moments where they don't know what happened to them, because they're experiencing these horrible feelings and this and that, but they could still maintain, quote unquote, a normalcy. But each one, even though one is outwardly looks a lot more messed up, each one has its tremendous, tremendous struggles. That's my idea for tonight. Have a good night.